Sporty may not be a word you'd use to describe any Buick of recent memory. In fact, unless you're familiar with the much-loved Buick Regals of the 1970s and 80s, the notion of a turbocharged Buick might seem strange. And yet, there was a time when Buick was a brand for drivers who really liked to drive. After a several-year hiatus, the Buick Regal has returned with a renewed sense of sportiness, refinement, and yes, an optional turbocharger. Hello, and welcome to our comprehensive Kelley Blue Book review of the Buick Regal. Although the Enclave and the redesigned LaCrosse have resonated with buyers, Buick is still better known to the public as the purveyor of ultra-quiet interiors and soft rides. By bringing over the award-winning Opel Insignia from Europe and rebadging it as a Buick, the automaker is hoping to infuse a dose of Euro cool into their lineup and attract a much younger demographic. It's not quite a Grand National, but we're happy Buick is rediscovering its performance roots. You'll like the Buick Regal if you want a premium American sedan with an American look and feel that doesn't carry a European price tag. There's plenty to like behind the wheel of the Buick Regal, but some drivers simply prefer the sporty driving dynamics of a rear-drive sedan. If that sounds like you, the BMW 3 Series or Infiniti G37 make nice alternatives to the Regal. A Buick couldn't possibly wear the brand's trademark waterfall grille and not deliver a quiet ride. Sure enough, the Regal doesn't disappoint, offering a nicely subdued cabin at speed. Where the Regal does part ways with Buick tradition is the way it rides and handles. Thanks to its German-bred underpinnings, the Regal offers a firm yet comfortable ride and far more agility than the Buick name implies. The Regal doesn't feel as spry as the Acura TSX or Volkswagen CC, but it's sportier than any Buick we've driven in quite a while, and it's perfectly willing to have a little fun. The Regal's standard 2.4-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine is great for tooling around town, but does little to amp up the vehicle's all-important fun-to-drive quotient. Those seeking a more engaging experience should opt for the 2-liter turbocharged engine. It's one of the most powerful engines in its class, delivering solid power for passing with little off-the-line lag. Easily making our favorites list is the Regal's optional turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. The engine comes paired with variable assist steering, both features working together to greatly enhance the overall sportiness of the vehicle. We also like the Regal's overall look inside and out. Premium soft touch materials, knobs and buttons that have a hefty, solid feel to them, and comfortable front seats all make the Regal a pleasant place to spend time behind the wheel. As the smallest car in the Buick lineup, the entry-level Regal is nearly 6 inches shorter than the larger LaCrosse sedan, although they're actually both the same width. Design-wise, the Regal shares most of its styling cues with the Opel Insignia, on which it's heavily based. Aside from the familiar waterfall grille and other minimal design changes, namely the headlamps and badging, the Regal looks almost like a clone of the Insignia when the two vehicles are compared side by side. The interior of the Buick Regal is where the vehicle's premium designation really becomes apparent. The vehicle's European origins can be seen in the center stack-mounted lock-unlock buttons and a control knob for the optional navigation system that recalls BMW's iDrive interface. The front seats are comfortable and supportive on long drives, although we're less enthusiastic about the back seats. Thanks to the sloping roofline, rear headroom is a little tight, so passengers in the 6-foot range might feel cramped. Although the Regal is the smallest car in Buick's lineup, it actually has a larger trunk than its sibling, the LaCrosse, by 1 whole cubic foot. The Buick Regal comes equipped with a 2.4-liter inline 4-cylinder engine, 6-speed automatic transmission with tap-up, tap-down shifting, a USB port, and a 7-speaker audio system. Safety features include 6 airbags, stability and traction controls, as well as the latest version of OnStar. At launch, the top-of-the-line CXL trim is the only version available. However, less expensive variants are scheduled for the 2012 model year. Some of the options offered for the Buick Regal include rear parking sensors, a sunroof, hard drive-based navigation, a 12-way power-adjustable passenger seat, and a 3-pronged 115-volt rear power outlet. For the safety-minded, rear seat-mounted thorax airbags are also available. Those looking to modify the Regal's exterior can add 19-inch wheels, while music fans will appreciate the powerful output of the 320-watt 9-speaker Harman Kardon audio system. The Buick Regal is the first Buick to be offered only with 4-cylinder engines. Power comes from either a 2.4-liter naturally aspirated 4 that produces 182 horsepower and 172 pound-feet of torque, or an optional 2-liter turbocharged 4 pumping out 220 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. Both engines are mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission, although a manual transmission is planned. All-wheel drive is also in the works, supplementing the standard front-drive layout. Fuel economy numbers range from the high teens in the city to around 30 miles per gallon on the freeway for both engines. The CX-L trim's $27,000 starting price is less than nearly all of its competitors, undercutting the automatic-equipped Acura TSX, Volkswagen CC Sport, and Volvo S60 by several $1,000s. However, it's about $1,000 more than a similarly equipped Mercury Milan. Adding the turbocharged engine and premium sound and navigation systems ups the final price into the low $30,000 range, bringing it more in line price-wise with its competitors. Buyers looking for a more approachably priced Regal might consider the base Regal CX trim when it's introduced to the lineup. To find out what consumers are actually paying for the Buick Regal right now, we suggest you check the New Car Blue Book value page. The Buick Regal is expected to hold its value well over time, with residuals closely trailing those of its European and Japanese rivals. And that's our comprehensive Kelley Blue Book review of the Buick Regal.